Hi folks, HR Funk here with a brand new midweek update. And in this midweek update, we're going to get a grip on pistols, that is. And the reason I'm doing this midweek update is because periodically I get questions or comments pertaining to the proper grip to apply when shooting a handgun. Now let me say at the outset, I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. If you have a grip that works well for you and it allows you to shoot accurately and manipulate all the controls of your firearm properly, by all means continue to use it. I'm not trying to say that my grip is the best, I'm just going to show you the one that I use. And the first grip that I'm going to talk about is the one that I was taught in my first formal handgun training, which was in the United States Marine Corps as a military policeman. And in those days we still carried the 1911 A1 service pistol. And the grip that I used, or the grip that I was taught I should say, was the one that was intended to work well with that pistol. And it was the grip that I used for years and years and years after that, long after I left the Marine Corps. And it wasn't until a few years ago, maybe within the last 10 years, that I've really changed over to another grip, and I'll explain why that happened. But in the Marine Corps, the way we were taught to grip a pistol was to basically form a V with your hand, and the V goes as high up on the grip tang or on the grip as you can get it. Your fingers wrap around and your thumb wraps down. That's your one-handed grip right there. And if I'm shooting one-handed, I still pretty much use this grip. When we apply a support hand, the support hand wrapped around the shooting hand, and your fingers basically use the junctures between the fingers of your shooting hand as positions for your non-shooting hand fingers. Then your non-shooting hand thumb wrapped over top of your shooting hand thumb, and this was the grip we used. And again, I used that grip for many, many years, even after I left the Marine Corps. About 10 or 15 years ago, the tactical firearms community started to transition to another type of shooting grip for pistols. And when this first started to occur, I was not at all a fan of it. It may come as a shock that I'm not a big fan of change. But the new grip is generically called the thumbs forward grip, and I resisted using it for a long time. I thought it was silly, I thought it was snake oil, it was just the new latest greatest thing, and I really didn't think it offered anything over that grip that I learned in the Marine Corps all those years ago and that I've been using for a long time. Eventually I started to use the thumbs forward grip, and at the outset I was doing it just to prove to myself that it was not any better than the grip that I had been using for a long time. What I eventually learned is it is a little bit better. Now, if you shoot using that grip like I showed a minute ago, and you have good results, that's fine, but you might want to give this a try just to see if it works a little better for you. And really what this does is help with recoil management and muzzle rise to allow you to get faster follow-up shots on target. If you notice, and I'll do this without the pistol in my hand, when you wrap your thumb down, you see the hollow space that it makes in the palm of your hand? That hollow space prevents any contact with the grip of the firearm while you're shooting. So there's nothing really on this area here to help provide friction and resist the recoil impulse and muzzle rise. Similarly, when I wrap this thumb down in order to lock it over top of my shooting thumb, it creates that same hollow point or hollow space in this palm. So basically on either side of the pistol grip, there's nothing making contact to try to help with that recoil impulse. And I'm going to have to adjust my camera because the sun just came out from behind a cloud. Okay, continuing on. Most pistols, like my IWI Masada here, by the way, if you've not yet seen the review on this pistol, check it out. There's a very good review. But most pistols have fairly flat-sided grip profiles. There's not really a lot projecting out here to fill up that hollow space in your hand that I was talking about a little while ago. Now that's different with revolvers. So this grip that I'm going to be showing you primarily is intended for shooting semi-automatic pistols, not so much for revolvers. In fact, a thumbs forward grip, if you get your non-shooting thumb into that juncture between the cylinder and the frame, you could potentially cause functioning problems in your revolver by using this type of grip. When I shoot a revolver, I go back to that traditional grip like I learned in the Marine Corps. But when I apply the thumbs forward grip, it starts out the same way, only now, instead of wrapping my fingers around and wrapping my thumb down, my thumb stays up and almost points in the direction of the target. My non-shooting hand comes around the same way, and I'm going to use the palm of my hand to fill this space right here. And when I keep both thumbs forward, I now have pressure on this side of the grip from my shooting hand and this side of the grip from my non-shooting hand. Basically, all that area that had no contact before now has my hand or my palms in contact with the grip. Again, that provides more friction. It helps to resist the muzzle rise during recoil, and it helps get you back on target faster. And once you do this for a while, it starts to feel very natural. The first few times you do it, it's going to feel strange, and you really should apply a little bit more pressure with your non-shooting hand than you're applying with your shooting hand. You want to try to relax your shooting hand as much as you can so you're not straining and starting to shake and maybe even start to influence your trigger pull a little bit because of the strain of your shooting hand. So your shooting hand is not a death grip, it's just a good firm grip on the pistol, but your non-shooting hand, your support hand, is applying a lot of pressure towards your shooting hand, and then you're able to just press the trigger. It sort of isolates your trigger finger when you use that type of a grip. So that's the thumbs forward grip that I use, and the sun has now gone back behind a cloud, so it looks like somebody's slowly dimming the lights out here. But that's the thumbs forward grip. That's what I use most of the time when I'm shooting a semi-automatic pistol these days. I feel that it works a little bit better for me than that traditional grip that I showed at the beginning of the video. But even so, like I said, if you still use that grip and it works well for you, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just showing you the grip that I use. And that's the midweek update for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, as always, make sure you forward those to me. Remember, if you order anything from Optics Planet, be sure to use my discount code, which is... And if you use that discount code, it's good for 5% off anything you purchase from Optics Planet. See you next time, folks. And until then, good shooting. Bye-bye.